In my last video, I introduced you to a very specific, clearly rule-based setup for the light crude oil futures market. It focused on longs in the Wednesday overnight DR session, but only if a long confirmation happens between 4 a.m. and 4:30 a.m. New York time. And today, we're taking it one major step further. I backtested this exact setup with all the rules in place over the last 5 years, starting from January 2020 until the end of the first quarter in 2025. Let's jump into it and explore what kind of performance this specific setup delivered over a longer period of time and, more importantly, what insights you can pull from it. For that, we open up M7 Metrics, where this backtest was performed. It's free to use and allows you to track every aspect of your trades. You should definitely sign up for free and explore it. I also have tutorial videos on this channel which introduce the first steps of M7 Metrics. There are 6 backtests here, each covering a full year from 2020 through the first quarter of 2025. Starting with 2020, we had 11 trades that qualified under the exact rules. As you can see, all confirmations were within the allowed time window and all entries followed the rules strictly between 4 and 5 a.m. Out of those, 6 trades were losses and 5 were wins, ending the year with a net result of 11R profit. Each trade can be documented in metrics, and that's a feature I highly recommend using. You can upload a screenshot directly from TradingView by using the snapshot tool in the top right corner and pasting the image or link into the trade journal box. Both works. This makes your backtest not just useful but also more organized. Scrolling through the full documentation, you'll see exactly how each trade played out, whether it was closed manually at 8:30 a.m. when the session ended, or taken out at the predefined target level of 1.9 to 1.99 standard deviations. Some trades, like the one from September 16, 2020, hit the stop on both bullets for the session, but still remained within the structure of a true DR session. Returning back, we can open the performance report, which gives a great overview over the win rate, consecutive wins and losses, etc. If you scroll down, you can see all different types of results, such as the result per confirmation time, entry time, stop ticks, month, and much more, which gives great insights and can also be used for optimization of your strategy if you have a greater data set of, let's say, 5 years. The more data you add, the better it is. All of this becomes gold when you're optimizing a strategy or comparing variance. Let's move on to 2021. This year was strong. I will briefly scroll through the documentation so that you see that every trade was also journaled before we move on to the performance report. In 2021, based on our criteria, there were 10 trades to take with a 50% win rate and just 2 consecutive losses. What were the results for the year? 23.36%. And if we take a closer look, a large portion of that profit came from setups that confirmed specifically around 4:10 a.m., something worth noting. In 2022, the numbers tell a different story, but a powerful one. 24 trades were taken. The win rate dropped to just over 20%, and you would have had to go through 13 consecutive losses. That's the kind of thing that breaks most traders mentally. And yet the year ended with 22.48R profit. Why? Because this is not a strategy that depends on win rate. It depends on risk to reward, statistical edge, and consistent execution. The data showed that most profitable trades still came from entries just after 4:15 a.m. Keep that in mind. Moving into 2023, there were only 6 trades. But even with fewer opportunities, the year closed with 17R profit and a solid 66.6% win rate. Again, most returns came from early entries in the predefined entry time window. 2024 was a quieter year. 13 trades, a 23% win rate, and a total profit of 7.63R. Still green, still positive. Remember, we're only talking about one very specific setup on one market, in one time window, one direction, and just one day out of 5 trading days. Now let's look at 2025 so far. There have been 2 qualifying trading days under this setup. One on March 12th, resulting in a 6.9R winner, and one on March 19th, which resulted in 2 losses for the session. Together, this brings the current year to just under 5R profit in the first quarter. Not bad at all. So what happens when we group everything together? Let's create a combined backtest titled 2020 to present and import all trades. The final result over 5 years, 67 trades fully documented, executed under strict rules. Total profit, 86.46 R with a win rate of just 34.33%. Starting with a $100,000 account and risking 1% per trade, the equity curve is clear. One drawdown in particular stood out from February to August 2022, where the strategy underperformed. 13 consecutive losses during that period. And yet it bounced back strong, showing why knowing your data over the long run is critical. Most of the gains came from trades executed right at 4:15 a.m. Crude oil seems to like moving early, and if you know that, you can lean into it. Now, if 86R over 5 years doesn't sound impressive to you, let's go back to that earlier illustration. This was just one setup. To visualize what we're dealing with here, imagine your entire trading week laid out. Monday to Friday. Dozens of possible entry windows every day. What about the same confirmation time but on short trades? What about other time windows? What about the remaining 4 days of the week? The possibilities multiply and the cumulative edge becomes huge. At the end of 2025, I'll update this backtest with the full year results. The question is, will you take advantage of this setup while it still prints money? The tools are there, the strategy is proven, the data is public, and the edge is real. Don't be lazy, backtest it yourself. See what happens when you rely on structure instead of guesswork. If this video gave you clarity and insight, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to go even deeper into this backtest in a future breakdown. Until then, stay consistent, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next one.
Take on the world. We're gonna take on the world. Standing up tall. We gotta make it our own. No waiting around. Winners will never look down. No one can stop us, we got it. The future is right in our hands. Give it 100%. We're gonna take on the world. Yeah, we gotta move. Speaking the truth. Yeah, paying our dues. We making the news. Yeah, we hitting the roof. No, we don't wanna lose. Climbing and shaking the walls. We gotta break all the rules. We're gonna take on the world.